Hi ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a slightly late video of last week's time trial on Gr2 7. So this week, or last week's time trial, was here at Fuji with a slightly different track layout to what we've used in the past at Fuji. This is the first time I've ever driven Fuji without the chicane. We'll get to where that is later. Those who know Fuji can already see on the track map, it's down at the bottom corner there. Introduces a very fast, very fun corner, and you'll see how quickly I take that later. But stay tuned, I'm just going to walk through how to get a gold lap here. It's too late, obviously, to help anyone who was already trying to go for gold here. But maybe this will help you master this track in future. This was a very tricky combination of track and car. We are in a Japanese Grand Touring car, or Super GT car as I think it's now called. Yeah, it is, it's now called Super GT, isn't it? Showing my age there. So this is a souped up touring car with, I think it's around 600 horsepower. We're on racing medium tyres. They are grippy, but you'll see that this car really likes to slide. I'm driving with no traction control because that increases the amount of grip that you've got in high-speed corners. Highly recommend that you try that. But you'll see that this car does lose rear traction quite easily. You'll see that's a common theme throughout this lap, and particularly at this track. So without further ado, I'm going to unpause the video and we'll go down to turn 1. So here we are on the approach down to turn 1, and the braking point, I haven't really got this mastered in my opinion, but I was basically looking at this 100 meter board and just braking ever so slightly before it. You can see from my trace here, this is at the point where I've lifted off the accelerator and about to get on the brakes. My feet are actually on neither pedal at the point where I've paused this, because I'm about to put the brakes on and I'm braking down all the way to second gear. I do miss the apex on this lap, but that I think was one of the very few mistakes I made on this lap. And now the next corner, so this is really tricky because this is a blind apex, right? And you want to flick the car to the left. The more you brake, the more you'll understeer. So it's a bit of a paradox of a corner. You just want to dab the brakes and turn and straight in. If you hit the bollard on the left, it'll invalidate your time, but you want to get as close to that bollard as possible. And you turn in when you can just about see the bollard come over the horizon. So there it is. You can see it just on the left there. That is what I'm aiming for. And as soon as I had a visual on that, that's when I braked. See how close I'm getting to it? As close as possible. Just clipping that curb. You don't want to go over that curb. It'll cause the car to twitch and you'll lose control. And then you want to be maximising the width of the track on the gas. Use as much of this rumble strip as you dare. Now keep a tight line in this corner, but then as you reach the end of this shadow on the track here, that's your cue to let off the accelerator, because the car's going to start running wide. You're accelerating through this long corner tight to the inside, and you're not going to have enough grip to make it round. And you want to keep to the inside for the next corner anyway, because you've got a left-hander coming up. So I just let the car roll in and then got back on the accelerator. There's lots of different places to brake for this corner. I can't really tell you the best. You can try braking early and cut across early, or you can try braking late and take a wider line. I don't really know what's best, but here I braked early and then got the car in and tried to clip onto that apex. This is the hardest corner for traction, in my opinion. And I did alright on traction there. I was smooth on the accelerator, but the car was fighting me a lot through there. A lot of mistakes in practice. Now, if you're used to racing this track with the chicane, you'll be braking at this Dunlop sign. In pretty much any car that you race in, you'll almost always be braking on the Dunlop sign. However, this version of the track actually has a really high speed corner here. And I don't really know where I was braking for this. I know this, I said, would be a track guide. If you look around here, there's not really much of a braking point marker. I would say, as a guess, just sort of where this barrier changes colour. But I wasn't really using that. I was just doing this based on gut feel and instinct. And I got the car over. You can take a lot of that curb and still get a valid time. but if you take too much of that curb, it's going to cause the car to twitch out. And then this corner here, so I do actually have a braking point for that one. It's that line there. So we've actually gone past it on the video, but you see that there's a line quite close to the camera there going the full width across the track, kind of like a grey one. And you see here I'm not using full braking force. Look at this braking trace here. Let's just reverse that back through. We'll just do this last section again at full speed, just so that you get a feel for how the lap goes. Unfortunately, I can only go back 10 seconds at a time. That's a bit annoying. So across there. And you see there, the line is just there. And look at the brakes. I'm not hard on the brakes. I'm just feathering it. Feather the accelerator. And here again, don't use full brakes. Just use like half brakes. Get the car onto that apex. And it's just about getting on the power as soon as you can. Well, hang on. I was going to say there's about 5 or 6 different lines you can take through these last few corners. I prefer to take this nice wide one and then sweep across to the apex. Some people like to be more to the left, some people like to be more to the right. This is a classic corner. There's just so many lines that you can take around this corner. But you see here, I'm just sweeping across, keeping that apex in sight all the time. And if you watched my braking trace then, just rewind the video yourselves. You'll notice again I wasn't using full brakes, and I'm definitely not using full accelerator until the car is straight. So you see now the car is straight, now I'm on full gas. And there it is, it's just a nice straight run down the back straight now. Getting on the accelerator as early as possible in that final corner really generates lap time down this back straight. That's a 128.6, I did a bit of a wiggle to celebrate. To get a gold you needed a 128.9, so we are a couple of tenths inside the gold. The world record was I think about a second and a half faster than that. Let's do the lap one more time, just so that everyone can get a feel for how it goes at full speed. We'll put the display on for you. You see, that was my mistake there, missing that apex. Bit of space on the outside of the track. But that was really, I think, my only big mistake on the lap. Then, see how hard it is there, sort of sweep across, spot your braking point. My least favourite corner. See how tentative, I had to take off some throttle there because the car was starting to slide. And this is my favourite corner. Boom, straight across. Careful on the brakes. And again, careful on the brakes. Careful on the accelerator until the car's straight. And again, careful on the brakes. Neither braking nor accelerating for a brief moment there. Just letting the car roll. And you can see this was quite a lot faster than my previous attempts. So it was quite a lap by my standards. I was very happy with it, hence the swerving. So I hope that helps. I'm going to upload a few time trials from the current week now, so that it helps people improve. So if you want to check those out, come back in a day or so, and I'll have uploaded the current 2 time trials for you all to enjoy. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.